Hi, it's Shaz here. I just wanted to go through some of the feature for the font and the text in the new update 6.11.113. So I'm just going to go over to Design Space and show you just exactly what it is that has changed. Okay, so when you get a text box up, I'm just going to write, this is a test, just like that, and I've got cute little sheep up here. Normally it would come up with your Cricut Sans as the default font. I've changed it to the cute little sheep because it is a kerned font, which means that up here this is ticked, which says only kerned fonts. That means that it does flow together. It joins all the letters together, just like it does with a script, like we used to write at school. I'm not sure whether they do that now. But that is why only kerned fonts is up the top there. So if you don't want a kerned font and you just want like a block font or something like that, or you want to put it together yourself, then you have that one unticked up there. Okay, so this one here is in the cute little sheep. I am going to change this to a different color so that I can show you what's going on with it. So as you can see here, we've got our script here, and what we normally would do is once we have our font that we've chosen and we have our text that we've written, the normal thing to do would be to then attach and weld it, or just weld it. You can see that there are cut lines in between the I and the S, the I and the S here, the E and the S here, but also the T goes over the S and the E goes over the T, and you've got the I goes over the H. So therefore those outlines there would then be cutting through the other letter, and when you went to make it, it would actually just cut them all singularly like that, even though they are joined together. They are joined together to a degree, but not to where you would want it to actually flow. In order to do that, you would need to weld it and create a picture file with it. But I have since discovered with the new update, the 6.11.113, that when you do go to make it, something really miraculously happens. I go to Onomat because I am using a Maker 3. Or actually, I think I've chosen the Explore 3 for this one. But you can see there, I didn't do anything. I didn't weld it, I didn't attach it, I didn't do a thing to it, but it is flowing when it gets to the mat. Now, I thought, oh, this is different. So I then went back and cancelled it. And then I tried it on the Maker, I tried it on Explore Air 2, the Joy. I tried it on all the machines and I get the same response with it. I did try other fonts that are there, and I even tried it with the kerning off. When you have the kerning on, it just defaults as a regular. And you will notice that when I go and change the font, I'll take the only kerned fonts off, and then I'll choose something else down here. What's this one here? Chalk hand lettering. This one here. And this isn't a kerned font. This is just a regular font that you would, in the past, have to put together. I really need to make that smaller because it's going to come out huge. And yet it did join itself together, even though I didn't edit it. I didn't ungroup to letters or anything like that. Like we had to do in this past, you would go to advanced and ungroup to letters, or just ungroup up here. But if I was to change the color of this one and then go to a lighter color so that you could see what was going on behind it, let's see if we can change this one to say lemon. you can then still see that the cut lines are going over the top of each of the letters, the S over the I and the I over the H here. So then when I go to make it, I haven't welded it, I haven't attached it, I've done nothing to it, just typed it out. Once I go to make it, and it's not a kerned font, it's just a regular font, it's going to sort through. It's still telling me that it's too big to go on a 12 by 12 because I didn't really look at that. But you can see there that the letters are connected. So the whole thing flows. It's not like you've had to do anything to it in order to have that. So for me, this is a game changer. It just means that there are less steps that we really need to do in order to get our fonts the way that we want them. So you no longer have to create an image by welding it together. Now I did find that the bold and the italic and the bold italic etc. has gone from here, and the reason being is that Design Space was using the background of Windows to be able to create that. That was a Windows element. It was not within Design Space itself. If you then, let's go back to our Cricut Sans font. If we then come up here, if I go to Cricut Sans, which is, you know, the default font that opens up, and it's a single layered font, and it has, you know, your regular, and it also has your regular. It also has italic, bold, and writing font as well. So it does change with that. So it's not that it's lost it altogether. It just means that on different various fonts, you won't find that there is a bold, okay? But what I also found was that on certain fonts, you can then choose to take another font in, like this one is cursive, and it's regular, and it does not have a bold, right? But what I found that you could do is with the offset. So if we do an offset on here, and we make it quite thin, because we don't need it really thick, a little bit thicker than that. Okay, so we can apply that. There's our offset. We're going to change our font to a different color, to a lighter color. So there it is there. And then what we can do, as we do right now, is that we can go down and slice our font, and you can see there that it still has the cut line in there. But after it slices, we don't have a cut line anymore. I don't know whether you picked that up or not, but if I come back here, so it's like it's on auto. You can see down here that there is a cut line right there where the S and the E is, and there's another one here with the S and the I, and the S and the I, and we've got a cut line over the I to the H, okay, and also the T over the S, over the tail of the S. But then when I choose this and then I go down to slice, watch what happens. You can see that the cut line has gone. So it means that editing our text that we have automatically then makes that flow just like a normal text would. Now you've got this one, and you've got this one here, and you've got your original one. So you get rid of the cutout there. But if you really wanted it bold and you love this font and it won't go bold, there's two things that you can do. One would be to duplicate the original one, and then you just want to offset that a little to the right so that we get a bold text when we then weld that together. So you'll see that once this is welded together, then you get a thicker font, right? The other way to do it would be to select all on our offset, on the cutout of an offset, go to contour, so there you have it. So thanks for watching, everyone. Have fun with the changes in with the update of your text. So it's going to streamline everything for you, make it a lot quicker for you. Okay? Thanks until next time. This is Shaz. Bye.